Welcome to Workout Wednesday. Now let's get straight into moving the body, because I want to explain something that we're going to do today that's going to be a little bit different from actual doing a normal type of workout where we're moving the body to burn fat or to shape the body. This week, as we start moving the body, just going from the head to the toe, we're going to be learning how to do a handstand. Now why is this cool? Because as your body starts to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and as I'm moving, just keep following me, head going from side to side, that as you start to move your body and you start to get stronger, and all we're going to do, we're going to start to stretch out, but we're also going to start to get the heart rate up a little bit. So just keep following me as we're going through this basic workout. Now why are we working out? Because we want to create that salival fluid around the joints. And so when we put pressure on the joints, what's going to start to happen is your body's going to get stronger, and you're not going to get these injuries that a lot of people get. You don't want these wrist injuries, you don't want knee, ankle injuries. You want a strong body so that you can play with your body, so it doesn't just become an instrument that moves your head from A to B. You actually get to have fun in the most phenomenal thing on the face of the planet, which is the human body. So just making sure that the body is nice and loose. There's a very different warm-up to what we're doing today. So think about gymnastics. Every single gymnastic move, now I'm not trying to turn you into a pro gymnast, but what I want you to do is just have fun with your body. Now think about every single gymnastic move. It goes through a handstand. You've got a backflip, boom, boom, goes through a handstand. When you see gymnasts on the vault, they go through a handstand. When you see them swing around a bar, they go through a handstand. All the tumbles you see on the floor, the backflips, the handsprings, all of this stuff, they all go through a handstand. So just keep following me. We're moving. We're doing arm circles like this to warm the shoulders up. So we're going forwards and backwards, and then let's just see how good your coordination is. Hands up. We're going to go, one arm goes one way and one arm goes the other way. Something for you to practice. To let the one arm go forward, so right arm's going forward, left arm's going backwards, and then we change direction. Now by learning this handstand, what you're going to find is that childlike spirit is going to start to come back up to the surface. When you was a kid, I just when I was having breakfast this morning, someone said, have you ever done a handstand? My friend was going, you know what, I've never done a handstand, but I always wanted to. And I think that there's a lot of people out there like that. And the idea is to not stop at a handstand, but when you get that solid handstand, we can go through, as I said, handsprings. We can do backflips. And just being in a handstand is actually pretty cool. You know, when you're having like your dinner parties or you're having like your Sunday lunch, instead of actually just sitting in front of the TV doing nothing, you want to be getting up with your kids, with your brothers, with your sister, with your parents, doing this stuff. Because what's to stop someone of 70 years old doing a handstand for the first time in their life? The only thing that's stopping them is their brain. So we want to make sure that we're really using our bodies to have fun with. And if you think about it, when you was a child, you went and played in the playground. You went and climbed, you went and crawled, you went and jumped, you did all these things, and no one taught you how to do it. You did it all on instinct. And it's that instinct that we're training in today's Workout Wednesday. Why? Because when you're doing things in handstand, you're not going to have time to think. Your instinct is going to take over, and it's that instinct that we want to train. Because how does instinct work? If let's say there's a bus coming down here, and all of a sudden this bus is going to run us over, we're not going to have time to think to get out of the way. Bam! Instinct is just going to move us like an electrical surge going through us. And when you can live your life listening to instinct before your brain, you're going to be on your spiritual journey. You'll be on your soul journey, which means that whatever you're doing, you get to feel good, you get to feel empowered through it. So now we're going to start to get the legs warmed up. So we go up, all the way back. And if you notice, what we're doing is we're getting the blood flowing throughout the whole body. And why are we doing all this before? To get rid of injuries, to make sure that we're not injuring the body. Now, may you get some cuts and grazes and all of this stuff. Of course, you know, what happened when you was learning to walk? You walked, and you fell over, you grazed yourself, but the body healed itself. Now, if you do find your wrists or anything hurting a little bit, don't do this. This is a big no-no, big no-no, because if you've got an injury, that's going to antagonize it. Simply push them together, and we're getting so much of those, every element of those wrists warmed up, and then we spin it around the other way. Ligaments, tendons, fibers, muscles, it's all being warmed up in there. And then we're just going to open and close our hands. Why? Because now we're stimulating all down here. We're letting those parts of the wrist know that, yeah, we're going to be using it. And the body, we want to use it, because how does it work? Use it or lose it. Same goes with anything. Now, it doesn't matter what age you may start doing this stuff. The important thing is to start doing this stuff. So there's our little warm-up. We're just going to do the bottom half now. So we're just going to gently rock down, and we're just going to rock from side to side, but not forcing anything, just making sure that the mind knows what it's about to be focused on, and the body is allowing that to happen without resistance in the body. So good. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more shoulders, stretching out the shoulders. So we're stretching all down here. And we're going to be having fun doing this. This is going to be so much fun. You're going to love this. So then one over the shoulder, stretch it out. Now, oh, and again, you can do this anywhere. I've gone outside. I suggest you get outside, because again, if you can connect barefoot with nature, it's always a good thing. So now we go into the technique. So ideally, you're going to have a wall. So you can do it in your living room, you can do it in your office, you can do it outside. Really doesn't matter where you do this stuff. Now, what I want you to do is approach this handstand from different angles, because what we want to get used to doing is balancing on our hands. So the first thing is we're simply going to go into a downward dog with our feet against the wall. Now, you've all done downward dog, because I did a workout, yoga workout last week. So from here, all we're going to do is come up and down on the wall. We're just literally going to start stepping up and down, because that's going to get you used to being on your hands. And if you're not used to being on your hands, it can be a weird feeling, because suddenly you're upside down and everything looks a little bit different. Good. Okay, so now you're used to doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of whatever I do, you copy. So now hands go up, and we're going to, in your mind's eye, we're going to start to visualize yourself doing this handstand. So you've got to see it in your mind first, otherwise you're going to just like collapse. So see it in your mind. See yourself upside in handstand, and all you're going to do is lean forward, and one step goes, and then we step back. So hands go up, one step back, and up. So you get used to lunging into the handstand. This is like the prep. So this time the foot comes down, and then the hands come down as well. So as I'm doing this, just copy me. So foot comes forward and the hand comes down, and then this time all you're going to do is lift the back leg off, then you're going to come back. And if you notice, each step I'm doing is pretty easy so far, and you'll find that as we follow these steps, you're going to end up in handstand before you even know it. So hands go up, leg comes forward, hand comes down, back leg comes up, but now we're just going to do a little hop like that, and step back up again. And that's all it was. Now we're balancing on hands. So foot comes forward, hands come down, a little hop, and then we go back. Now this time exactly the same, but now we're going to switch our legs in the hop. So hands come up, foot comes forward, hands come down, and then we do a little switch, then we come back up again. That was good. Well done. So now we do it again. Foot comes forward, hands come down, leg comes up, we switch over, and now we come back up again. So just do that a few more times to get that rhythm into the body, so you can actually feel into that little that little movement. Foot comes down, hands go down, and we kick up, and we come back, and we come up. Now, if the worst comes to the worst, because I know some of you people out there, you're super keen people, if you kick up and you go over, this is what you do. You kick up. If you kick up too much and you go over, all you do is you simply bend your arms and roll over. That's your exit from it. But before we even get to that place, now you've got this, now you've got the bit where you can go step, kick, and up. We can now change that to do it against the wall. So if you're frightened that you're going to go over, let's use something rock solid. That's going to stop you going over. So hands go up, feet go down, and then you go up against the wall. And again, foot goes down, and you go up against the wall. Now you may need to kick slightly harder to actually get your feet on the wall, so that means you've got to give it some. So let's give it a little some this time. We go up, and then all you're going to do is come down. Now as soon as you've hit that handstand, first of all, give yourself a pat on the back, but secondly, make sure you're aware of your body, because some people go to the handstand and they go up and they're like in all these weird positions and stuff, and they're like, I'm there. What we want, nice straight legs. We want you pushing down for your hands, nice and strong into the ground, so that you're nice and straight, because it's that straightness which gives you the power. You think about it, if I'm bendy and I'm trying to stand up like this all day, it's going to be hard. Same as in the handstand. If you're bendy when you're in handstand, it's too hard. Like this, you can stand strong all the time. So you want your whole body to be straight, solid, like a stick. So one more time, go up the handstand and you're straight and solid. Now, for the ones that get there, and you can start to hold it, what I'd like you to go into are doing some of these shoulder shrugs. And by the way, we're outside and I can feel the rain coming down, it's amazing. So, thank you very much for that. Nature is being kind to us, and just as the plants are enjoying the rain because they know they can grow, we can be the same as human beings. So when you get up to handstand, whoop, so up there, and here we're going to do what we call shoulder shrugs. Now what this is going to do, these are not dips, we're not doing push-up dips. We're doing shoulder shrugs where your shoulders come down. Now try this with me, where your shoulders down and then push them up. Relax them down and push them up, relax them down and push them up. Now what that's going to do is going to start to stimulate all these muscles, so that even if you just do a couple of minutes every day, these muscles are going to get activated. And you'll find that, you know, you walk down a street, how come a kid can walk down a street and do something without anyone saying anything, but an adult, a bit weird. Now, again, it's just a silly little program, because I'm doing this stuff down the streets all the time. I see a wall, I'm climbing on it, I'm jumping off it, because it keeps the body activated. Now, another way, if you're finding that kick up to the handstand hard, or if you're finding what we've done so far hard, here's another little cheat method. So, hands go down, and remember, when your hands, you can step up, one on the wall and down. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to start to step up the wall, but as we step up the wall, our hands are going to come in closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, until you find yourself up in handstand facing the wall. Because now what you want to get used to doing is not to use the wall for your balance. This is why we need the strength. This is why we need to train the muscles, so that we can balance the handstand without thinking about it. We're balancing it on instinct. And by having the wall behind you, by having the wall in front of you, you're going to find it feels different. And I want you to try both. When you're this way up, it's going to feel very different. But again, start doing those shoulder shrugs. And all you need to do is about 10 at a time, but you're really, really, really going to get strong super quick. A lot of blood is going to go to the brain. And what that's going to do is make you more alert, make you more focused. It's fueling, because what does blood do? Blood transports nutrients and oxygen all around the body. Without the blood circulating, the body doesn't get nourished. So by going upside down, and you can kick up that way, and we do them this way, 10 of them. Nice, nice, nice. Now the idea is for you to keep playing with this, because when you do get that stuff, you're going to be able to progress into backflips, into handsprings, all of that stuff where, you know, you're going to be able to, you're just going to bam, you're just going to be able to turn this stuff on. And when you do it, it feels good because you're waking the body up. You're shaking off those cobwebs. You're keeping yourself young. You're keeping yourself mobile, and the agility part of you is going to get switched on because you want to keep releasing those endorphins in the brain as often as you can. And yeah, you're going to get a little sweat on as well. So handstands, handstands, handstands. And I can promise you, when you start doing this and I start going through some of the more yoga workouts with you, that you're really going to enjoy reconnecting to you, reconnecting to your physical body. And even though we're going to be doing many different types of workouts, I am going to be introducing things that we can do with the body. More gymnastic stuff, more acrobatic stuff, more stuff where you really get to have fun inside your body. So it's really important that you play with this, because if you don't play with it and you suddenly make it work, it's going to be short-lived. You really do want to have fun with your mind, with your body, by doing simple things. And now then when you get it, you're not going to need a wall eventually, because hands are going to go up. Remember the step, 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 step. We go up the handstand and then we come back down again. And when you get used to doing that, I can tell you now, next time where you've got a challenge, next time where you've got some stress at work, next time where you're just feeling that resistance within you, you're not going to get out of that resistance by trying to think your way out of it. You go outside and you be like, right, okay, and you hit handstand and you do something, you do a cartwheel, you do whatever. I can tell you within just a few minutes you'll be feeling completely different. And then when you go back to the challenge or the problem that you're focused on at that moment in life, you're going to be able to deal with it with much more grace and elegance. You're going to be able to respond to it in your greatness. So if you've got value from this, please do share it. Please do, you know, share it with your friends, with your family, with whoever you feel may get some value from this, because we've got to get used to going from the mind to the body. Too much of us are living life up in our minds. We're getting depressed. We're getting beaten up by ourselves. So how do we get away from that? We start moving the body. We start having fun with our body on instinct, not just doing the actual workout. So, and don't forget, we've got Supercharged Saturdays coming up. Don't forget, Monday, 7 p.m. GMT time, we've got Motivation Monday as well, where I'm going to be expanding famous quotes. So I really do that. This has served you in this moment, but I can promise you that when you keep doing this, because this is an ongoing process, when you keep doing it again and again and again, that's when you're going to get the gains. That's when you're going to be posting things in and say, hey Skip, look at this, I'm doing a handstand here. And if you do it and you get the handstand, please post it, please share it on our community page, which is Skip Archimedes Community on Facebook. So I'm Skip. Live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now with the nutrients, oxygen and water. And for now, I'm out of here. So we're made of about 100 trillion cells. And what happened a minute ago here, we're here in the park, and all of a sudden, of course we're in England, so 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's rainy. And as soon as the rain came down, amazingly, everybody disappeared.